darn wild, Chris, of the Virginia Tech defense, their bench. Kirk, you mentioned mass confusion, and as you see it right there, Vince Hall getting in the face of Aaron Rouse saying, that was your man, that was your man. Tempers flaring up over here, guys. Teammates had to separate them both.
Yeah, I could see it. Vince Hall shrugging his shoulders and looking. He's an emotional player, but this is not what this team needs right now. They've got to keep their cool and show some maturity. I know this is a tough loss, and I know they're all in this together. It's going to be an emotional locker room for Frank Beamer and the Hokies after this game.
Who knows? I mean, Rouse and Hall might be hugging after the game as the ball is booted out of bounds. It was kickoff by Brandon Robinson, not Apanavicius. They go to the receiver to kick off, and he boots it out of bounds there.
Well, Dana Bible deserves a lot of credit for that last drive. Matt Ryan executed. They took some chances on second down before they got to third down, and I think Matt Ryan appreciated the opportunity to make some plays. And here, broken coverage, challenging a touchdown, and he looks up to Dana Bible and says, "Good job, coach. Thanks for the help down here," because that was a game-clinching drive.
And meanwhile, on that Hokie sidelines, we'll keep an eye on what happens in the final 6.5 minutes here, because this is a Tech team that was rolling along undefeated and is now apparently on its way to back-to-back losses. Something they haven't done since the 03 season. I think it was the last time they've lost back-to-back games.
The reason this frustrates me in watching Virginia Tech is this is something that we've seen for the last couple, 2 or 3 years, is frustration and talking a little bit too much and not playing enough. It's uncharacteristic of Frank Beamer's teams, but you see that it's unacceptable. It needs to be addressed because we keep seeing it from Frank Beamer and the Hokies. And 2 years ago with Brian Randall's leadership, you didn't see it. But this is my opinion. Ever since Michael Vick came through Blacksburg, he is the greatest player maybe we've ever seen, one of the greatest players of all time. But he took Frank Beamer's program to a different level when it came to recruiting players. D'Angelo Hall, Kevin Jones, other players came in, and with that they brought an individual mindset, worried more about the NFL than the lunch pail attitude of the Hokies. And from that point on, it's been a little shaky in Blacksburg.
The throw and caught by Clowney on the far side of the field. You're talking about shaky off the field, on the field. As you get more talented recruits, you're saying maybe you don't get the hungry kind of lunch pail guys. You get guys with a different agenda.
Well, I look at Virginia Tech and the program that Frank Beamer has built here, very similar to Kirk Ferentz in Iowa. They get guys who fit the system. And when you start getting individual players who have great recognition because of their high school careers, sometimes they get offset a little bit with what their goals should be.
Lennon is hauled down, sacked. Good performance tonight from B.J. Raji, the big nose tackle. Beamer frustrated out of the field.
I'm telling you right now, for Frank Beamer, beyond just losing this game, the way they have demonstrated that they've lost their cool here in the last few minutes, that's more frustrating than losing the game.
Now in third down, incomplete. High throw for Eddie Royal. You're right. This is a big stage. This program was built in part on these showcase Thursday night games. Now, on the big stage, the Hokies are in disarray and about to lose.
And don't forget, they have Southern Miss next week, and then we get them again on Thursday night at home against Clemson. And something's going to have to happen between now and then for Frank Beamer. They're going to have some serious soul-searching, closed-door meetings where they find out what kind of team or what kind of year they're going to have. Because what happened on that sideline is part of the game, and I understand that, but they've got to put that behind them and mature and grow up if they want to have a good year this year.
Well, they said coming in, this game meant the difference for them between a real attractive bowl game and Boise. That was their word. So when they lose this game, what will they feel like there's left to play for? Will these problems even snowball?
Great point.
Now, I think they'll be up for Clemson.
Sure they will.
Lane Stadium crowd at home, night game, a chance to spoil Clemson season. They'll bounce back.
By the way, then they go to Miami the next week. After that,
we'll talk about what lies ahead for the BC Eagles in this wide open ACC. Are they perhaps headed for a division championship?